My latest purchase from AliExpress, they're not sponsoring me, is a hammock. It's a covered hammock. It's a hammock with a cover on top. I went for this because I wanted to get something I could have out in the rain. I love being out in the rain. I really do. So it was a case of, and I don't want to go into camping. Camping is fine, but the tents weigh a lot more and are a lot more grief. They weigh so much more primarily because you've got a thick ground sheet and you've got tent pegs, tent poles. And these things make up about 50% heavier than a hammock. Now this hammock and cover is 1.25, it's 1.25 kilos. That's the total weight. Whereas a dome tent, I'm going for the most commonly sold. I'm not going to click on the expensive ones. I'm just going to go for an average like 20 quid job. Not 300 quid. I'm just trying to find an average kind of dome tent. Okay, it's one for 30 quid. Right, 30 quid dome tent, £33.42, free shipping. So it's similar spec and price to my, my 30 quid, £29 hammock and cover. So it's similar price. I'll try and find the weight. Looking at least 2 to 3 kilos minimum for a dome tent. But on top of that, you also have to add on a sleeping mat, like a mattress of some kind or a bedroll, which is another at least a couple of 100 grams. This all adds up. So you're talking that this hammock with the cover at 1.25 kilos, which is just over a bag of sugar, is going to be maybe a fifth of the weight of a tent, and it fits into that bag. All of it fits in. I think the cover might fit into a separate bag, I'm not sure, but the hammock, which is the bulk of it, fits into that bag, because the hammock is 900 kilos and the cover is 300, I think, approximately. So you're talking it's something that's very compact. You can carry it around in your side pocket of your kit bag, whereas a tent, because of the length of the poles, it can only go on the outside. You've got to have a sleeping bag, and it's extra weight, extra bulk, and the more weight, the more bulk you're carrying means less food you can carry, or less other things. It's also the expense, because I couldn't see any dome tents there that were less than 30 quid. I mean, I'm sure there are, but we're talking a more efficient and cost-effective way of doing it. Now you can get a dome tent, a hammock, for like £5 or £6, but you have to go and buy a cover separate. And the cheapest tarp type cover is about, I think it's about 10 quid, big enough to cover. So you can do it. You can do it cheaper, but I wanted to get something together, so it's actually designed to fit it. Because this one, it looks quite nice. And the size of it is 290 centimeters long. Your standard length is about 250, between 240 and it's about 250, 2.5 meters long. And they measure it, the curve, so from one side down, around and up. I think that's how they measure the length. I'm not 100% sure, but that's how they seem to measure it. So and this one is 290. So it's nearly 3 meters long. It's also got a nice width to it as well. So the weight, the price, you can go and spend hundreds of pounds on these things. But I figured rather than just getting something dirt cheap, as an example, I get something I'm actually going to want and keep and use. Hopefully, what I'm also going to be doing is, if I can get this metalwork out of my leg, is get down to the woods and get some sticks, so I can actually make a tripod and put my money where my mouth is. Actually show you me building a tripod for the hammock rather than just talking bollocks. Because so far all I'm doing is just talk, because I'm housebound. My leg got smashed up. So I can't go out and cut down a tree. I can't go out and build a friggin' fire until my leg gets a bit more sorted. So yeah, that has been ordered. It's en route. When it gets here, I don't know. Oh, a little thing about AliExpress. If something's delayed, like if they have to reroute it. One of my items got delayed and rerouted, and they'll send you £1 off. The thing was only like 10, 11 quid, is this compression air fire stick thing. But because it's been rerouted somewhere, they gave me a £1 voucher in the shop. But it wasn't quite as good as I thought. I got the £1 off, so instead of costing me £29.14, free delivery, because some of these will charge you 10 quid delivery, it cost me £28. But if I hadn't had that £1 voucher, I could have got 3 quid off, because they have this thing whereby you get £3 off if you spend more than 29 quid. So it can be a bit of a, you always get a discount with AliExpress. Every single thing is discounted. The usual price on this is 42 quid, but the discount only lasts to a certain time. So yeah, so that's my latest purchase. I've still got several items en route, somewhere between here and Taipan.